For those of you who don't know about me, is that what got me into the Sonic fandom in the first place was the show Sonic X. But we're not here to talk about that. Today we'll be focusing on the 14th episode of Sonic X titled That's What Friends Are For. Now in the beginning of the episode takes place in the president's office with both him and his assistant worried that the press would elect Sonic for president since he's been all over the news lately. And to prevent this from possibly happening, the assistant to the president plans to have this big party and have Sonic as the guest of honor. The assistants thought if the photographers and reporters saw that the president and Sonic were getting along, then the president was sure to be reelected. Unfortunately for the assistant and probably the president, Sonic couldn't come because he made a promise to his new friend Helen to take her to an island she dreamed of going for a long time, and it was scheduled on the same day to the part, so he couldn't go. After hearing this, the assistant didn't take the news very well, so he sent a bunch of men after Sonic to force him to go to the party. But that didn't stop Sonic. He managed to outrun and outsmart them, all while getting Helen the best time of her life. Eventually, Sonic did go to the party with Helen and was greeted by the president, and they shook hands, but unfortunately for the assistant, all the reporters and photographers fell asleep. Okay, now that I'm done recapping this episode, I'll explain the few mistakes I've noticed in it. Don't get me wrong, I love this episode of Sonic X. It was one of my favorites and had very memorable moments. My real issues with it is at the beginning of the episode, where the assistant of the president was worried about everyone voting for Sonic as president. Logically speaking, I don't think they had anything to worry about, and I'll give you 3 reasons why. 1. You have to be born in the country to run for president, and Sonic in this show wasn't born in the country. In fact, he came from other planet entirely. 2. You must be 35 or older to run for president, and although it wasn't really stated in the show, I'm pretty sure Sonic was at least 15 years old. That would make him too young to run for president, and no one would vote for a teenager. 3. Even if Sonic was born in the country and was 35 or older, he wouldn't run for president because that's not his style. He's a free spirit, and him becoming the president would only slow him down, and we all know that Sonic hates that. In other words, it was completely pointless for them to go through all this trouble. They had absolutely nothing to worry about. So in the end, the assistant of the president made a complete fool of himself.